So it begins with a boy and a girl in which the boy's name was once Lockwood. They go to an historical house because they genuinely do the work of ghost hunting, and here they additionally came from this residence to hang out ghosts. The owner of the residence tells them that since my husband has died, I am afraid to go to my house because there is a ghost inside. There is a spirit. That's why now you both have to get him out of here. After which they go internal the house to do their work. And right here we come to know that this girl Lockwood's associate Lucy has the power that she can hear the voice of ghosts, and the way the owner of the residence died, Lucy is scared by means of feeling it. Talking about Lockwood, he was a very correct swordsman and he has the energy that he can hear the voice of ghosts and can also see them. As quickly as night falls, they both begin searching for the ghost because it is apparent that ghosts come at night. Both go to a room where they feel like that ghost, because of which Lockwood himself starts off evolved searching for the ghost, while Lucy tells him to make a shelter to protect her. When Lucy was once coming returned from a room with luggage, then all of a sudden a spirit comes there. Seeing this, Lucy receives a little scared and calls Lockwood for help. Then when he comes there, he tells Lucy to talk to that spirit, and when she tries to speak to the spirit and hear its voice, then she finds out that that spirit is in a lot of pain. But earlier than she should recognize something further, the spirit attacks her and tries to make her fall down the stairs. After which this scene is cut from here and comes 3 years ago, and we know that at such a young age, there was no one else to put this unsafe Lucy but her mother, because after her father's death, her financial condition deteriorated a lot. She wished money, and when she observed out that Lucy has the power, that she can hear the voice of ghosts, then she took her to an agency, which takes advantage of the helplessness of such bad family. They instruct their children for such difficult tasks and use them for their work. After leaving the agency, Lucy pleads to her mother that please mom, do not put me in this trouble. I also prefer to stay a peaceable lifestyles like the teenagers of my age. I don't prefer to live in concern of ghosts each day. But her mother was so greedy that she may want to no longer see anything other than money, than even if she had to lose her daughter's life for that money. After which Lucy's training starts immediately, meaning she used to be being taught how to do her work. She was once being advised how to manipulate the wandering souls in the world and use them. And then in a quick time, because of her ability, she does her work very nicely and wins everyone's heart. Here she turns into friends with a girl. Both promise that after the coaching is complete, we will no longer be used by means of our household members and we will go to London, work for some properly corporation and make our name. After this, these people leave for their next mission, where they face such a dangerous ghost that it was very challenging to compete with it. Although all these people bravely face that ghost, but all the humans are killed barring Lucy and her friend. But her buddy was not right. She had come underneath the manage of that ghost, but later when this case is investigated, Lucy's boss places the blame of this whole case on her. Lucy was once in a lot of anxiety due to the fact of this complete incident. But even in this difficult situation, instead of appreciation her, she said, you go again to your job and work there with your boss's forgiveness. But because of all this, she used to be very tensed, so barring any other way, she runs away from her house and leaves for London alone. She felt that though my coaching was once not completed, but because of my ability, I will get a job in a properly agency. But this time too, she did no longer get anything except embarrassment. And after this, she gets an ad from a private agency. The agency's title used to be Lockwood Co. 2 boys have been running it. Who had been her age? Yes, of course, this used to be the agency in which she came and met Lockwood Co. agency. That is, these 2 boys now wanted a 3-member. But no one used to be in a position to meet their standards. So Lucy goes to them for a job and except worry of any test, she offers the proper reply to each of their questions, which makes them very impressed. Now Lockwood's organization used to be no longer that big, but being a phase of it used to be now not a small element for Lucy. She also receives a place to stay in Lockwood's house, and from now on, these 3 have been going to run this agency. That is Lockwood, his partner, and Lucy. From here, Lucy starts off evolved her new life. Lockwood encourages her, makes her agree with that one day we will make this agency the biggest employer in London with our tough work. After which the story comes lower back to the present time. Yes, at the residence of that old woman, Lockwood and Lucy had gone for their case. When Lucy fell from the stairs due to the assault of that soul, now Lockwood fights with that soul to save her life and makes her run away from there. After which they go to the room where the source of this soul, that is, the motive for the soul to be here, for which she is nonetheless stuck in this world, or it is stated to be attached, and that component is the body of this girl, because the woman used to be murdered here. After which she was once buried in the wall here. And this is the purpose that to take her revenge, she is nevertheless placing round here. The soul comes here again and attacks them. But to save Lockwood's life, Lucy breaks crackers there, from whose hearth the soul runs away from there, but these humans had set fireplace to the house. after which Lucy takes out her ring from her body and keeps it with her before locking the source of the soul. After finishing their work, they leap out of both the windows and keep their lives because the fireplace had spread in the course of the house. But due to the fact of the fall, Lucy used to be also conscious, and when she comes to her senses, Lockwood does now not exhibit her anywhere. The police had additionally come here, which at once sends her to the hospital. Now after getting stuck in some more problem, Lucy comes back home. Now let's see Lockwood, whom the inspector had taken with him, whose job used to be to maintain an eye on such agencies. The inspector tells him that you burnt the whole house of that woman. She suffered a lot of loss, and now you have 2 weeks. Within this time, you will have to give $60,000 to that woman. Otherwise, your corporation will be shut down. There, Lockwood's associate comes and receives irritated at Lucy that you each went on your mission without any inquiry. This is why this happened to you people. And then Lucy starts telling about that soul, which she had gone to catch each of them, that she used to be honestly a new rising actress. She was about to work in the film, that she disappeared. After listening to this, Lucy's thought used to be like that actress, because she used to be feeling that maybe she is in trouble. She needs help, and because her source ring was once nonetheless with Lucy, she may want to have come back, and this is exactly what happens. As soon as night falls, the source, because of that ring, that actress's soul comes to attack Lucy. Then Lucy, as soon as possible, comes to Lockwood and her associate and asks for help. These 3 battle with her a lot. They compete with her. And here they preserve war for a long time, but as soon as they come to understand that Lucy had introduced her ring and her source with her, they imprison her in a silver thing, so that her soul can't come inside the house. Upon asking, Lucy tells them. In response to this, both of them provide an explanation to her that ghosts need to be imprisoned, not to help them, but Lucy had a unique relationship with that actress. That's why she desired to help her. This used to be the reason why she satisfied Lockwood and her accomplice to aid her. Before dawn, Lucy, using that ring, tries to talk to that actress's soul, by which she comes to understand that her friend had strangled her and killed her. After understanding this, Lucy begins taking more pastime in this case, but Lockwood says that we must not waste time on this case. In fact, we want the actual case, so that we can earn money and increase the fine. At this time, the inspector calls Lockwood, who tells him that I have come to know that you have given Lucy a job without finishing the training. That's why I haven't provide for you. If you fire Lucy from the job, I will forgive you for the fine. Knowing this, he gets very worried, because he neither wanted to lose Lucy nor should he refuse the inspector. Then he receives an idea to deal with this problem. He takes the case of that actress as his weapon, because as we know, she was once an actress who unexpectedly disappeared. So at that time, there was a lot of dialogue about this case. There used to be a lot of speak among many people, so by means of not bringing this case on the media again, Lockwood takes care of everyone, because he desired to discover an answer to this case and get his life again from the inspector. After investigating, it is located that the friendship of that actress used to be with an officer, and the day she disappeared, she met that officer that day too, and when she did no longer get any evidence against her, she was once released. Now a well-known corporation lady comes right here in the library, but Lockwood and her companion did no longer get along with them. That's why after teaching them a lesson, they come out of there. After which Lockwood goes alone. He comes to the media and tells that Lucy is with me in this case because she can connect with that actress, give this case a deeper seem to be and attain her killer. Now he stated this because he wanted to shop Lucy from the inspector. But Lucy did now not be aware of about this, that Lockwood was wondering this, and because she did now not want to come in the dialogue now. She is very sad about this act of Lockwood, and to vent her anger, she goes to the coaching room and she writes a 23-page practice grant. After which she takes out the same ring from the silver box and maintains it with her again. When Lockwood realizes his mistake, he comes to Lucy and apologizes. Now the inspector calls Lucy to meet him, and in the front of her, he brings the actress's officer friend and says that proved that he is the killer of that actress. But Lucy did now not trust this because she did no longer understand this case seriously. Lockwood was doing everything, so the inspector explains to her that Lockwood is an egocentric person. He is taking care of you to turn out to be famous, so it is better for you to go return to your home than to come in any trouble. Now after leaving here, Lockwood comes to meet her and these two clear their misunderstandings. Lockwood tells her that I stated all this to keep you, and now these two decide that from now on we will now not cover whatever from each other and we will work together again. When these two come returned home, they locate out that a masked man has attacked their companion, so Lockwood fights with the masked man and kills him, while Lucy frees her companion. These humans are now not able to kill the masked man because he jumps out of the window and runs away. And these humans understood that he had come here for the supply of that actress, for that ring, and when she examines the silver box, the ring is now not in it, because of this. She was worried that as soon as again the chance to emerge as famous was out of our hands. But Lucy encourages them and says that do not worry, I had already taken out that ring. Although she had stolen it, but these human beings do now not scold her, but praise her because if she had not carried out this, the masked man would have long gone for the ring. Then she goes to end this case for the time being and decides to take a new case. Because they absolutely wished money to pay the fine, and now they go to a businessman to take this new actual case, who tells them that I choose to promote my mansion. But there are souls of some priests for whom I am now not capable to do this, and due to the fact I don't even favor to bring this out, that's why I have chosen your agency. And in return for this dangerous work, I will provide you your fine. But yes, in this mission, you will now not take any bomb or any cracker with you. Now this mission was like hell. But if there is no way, the next day they go away for this mission, where the businessmen take their search and depart these ghosts by myself in an unsafe house. Now these two are no longer scared, so Lockwood tells them that I had come right here and had already hidden it on a bomb, so that we can use it in an emergency. As quickly as these human beings reach a location to do their work, then the souls of the priests attack them. A priest's soul had to manage Lucy, and Lucy used to be about to bounce into the well that at the proper time Lockwood and his partner came and saved Lucy. Now they come to know that the source of these souls is in the well. That's why Lockwood throws that bomb in the well, due to which these souls run away from here and these people were out of this problem. But at the identical time, Lockwood also got here to be aware of a secret, which he also tells each of them, that the actual killer of that actress is none different than this businessman and the masked man who came to our residence the day gone by to take the source. That was additionally his, but because he could not harm us, the businessman trapped us in this life-threatening mission, so that we get out of the way and no one has any doubt, and the actress we are identifying, she have to cease and the businessman ought to never be caught. After understanding this truth, the three of them start strolling away from right here to store their lives. But the businessman comes here himself with a gun to kill them. Now Lucy gets an idea to get rid of him. She throws the ring in the air and calls the soul of the actress. The soul then strangles the businessman and offers him a painful death like the businessman had given him. Then this inspector also comes with his team, who first arrests them, and now they are released on the president's order, because the president had taken a promise from them that anything passed off here, they will not tell everybody about it. But after this, the three of them meet the owner of a well-known agency, whose title was Joplin, who is the most effective at the moment, because she is the solely one who can talk to the three-stage hazardous ghosts. She continues telling them about the ghost. Lucy was listening to the talks very carefully. After coming home, Lockwood's associate explains to Lucy that you do no longer want to get so close to the ghosts, because often humans go loopy because of this. But ignoring this, when Lucy goes to the store to maintain some things, a ghost skull begins speaking to her, due to which she also will become unconscious immediately. When she comes to her senses, she finds out that she was snoozing for a lengthy time and she did not bear in mind how she became unconscious. Anyway, ignoring this too, she begins working on her new case. Her case was to imprison a ghost in a grave, which continues bothering people. Before this, many groups tried to work on this case, but everybody failed. So to make this impossible case possible, she continues going to that grave. Here, Lockwood's companion and Lucy's situation begins deteriorating, but still, as quickly as she succeeds in imprisoning the source of this ghost. But as soon as the silver is eliminated from the body of the corpse, her ghost comes out of the grave. The glass that was once worn on the corpse's neck, Lockwood's buddy comes into his control. But once more Lucy proves that she is very brave. She was once facing the ghost and saving everyone, and now she additionally remembers that I had spoken to the ghost's head. After which she comes domestic once more and talks to the head. The head tells her that the strength with which you have fought at this time, it is very hazardous and it will kill you. Hearing this, Lucy receives scared and tells the head to shut up. Then when Lockwood and his accomplice come home, Lucy tells them that this head was once speak me to me, on which they give an explanation for to her that this is the head of the third stage ghost, whom you cannot speak to. Only the proprietor of the famous business enterprise can do it for you, because it is a dangerous ghost. So you do this, instead of putting ghosts on your mind, take rest. After which Lockwood's associate goes to take out the which means of what used to be written on the glass. The glass that used to be in the lane of the ghost in the grave, and Lockwood goes to Lucy and tells her that do not feel terrible about whatever I said. I did it in anger and I have entire belief in you. After which they go to their accomplice to talk to him. But he is now not there, so it is understood that he need to have gone to the graveyard, to that lifeless body, and now both of them go out to locate him. When his companion was digging on a place, then the inspector comes here and tells him that the glass has been stolen, which was in the lane of the useless body. Now in the meantime, Lockwood, Lucy and Joplin's well-known enterprise had additionally reached here, where Lockwood comes to understand that from now on, they have got this case alternatively of us. But Lockwood's accomplice surprises the inspector with his skills. That's why he orders these two teams that you will find that glass together, and he says and leaves from here. After his departure, there is a wager between these two agencies. Whoever located the glass first, he won. However, the other team will have to depart their work, after which these three go to their work to win the subsequent day. They get the badge of an officer near the useless body, from which it is understood that the job of stealing the glass is not of a thief but of an agent. On the same thing, they proceed their research, where they discover a mask of a thief in the river who used to be a suitable pal of Lockwood. Now here he gets some greater clues to clear up the case. That's why he sends his associate to the library, while he himself goes to meet any person with Lucy. During Lockwood's companion's search, Joplin becomes friends with him, with whom he goes interior the library. Then Lockwood assaults Lucy, with which she escapes as soon as possible, and now they meet any other thief associate of Lockwood, because of which he desired to reach the accomplice of the useless thief. She additionally tells him about a black market here, where such black and evil things are found, and any individual need to have sold the glass there. Anyway, as soon as the two go home, the thief's associate comes to meet him, and someone had attacked him with a knife from behind. That's why he breaks his oath there, and now this case gets even extra complicated here. His accomplice tells that the lifeless body was once of a doctor who used to do new experiments, and he additionally used to have secret conferences in his house, which meant that there is something distinctive in that glass, which anybody is after him. Now Lucy finds out that the cranium is of that doctor's servant, who offers with him that I will take you to that doctor's house. In return, you will have to free me. After listening to this, she goes to the doctor's house, where as soon as once more her life is in danger. But she finds out that that doctor used to be not a messiah. In fact, he was a mad doctor. He was once a beast who used to kill human beings after doing painful experiments on them. She additionally finds a book of the small print of his experiments there, from which she comes returned with her. But to recognize this book, she had stolen a book from the library of a well-known agency. To get it, she goes to their party. There, Lockwood's associate who was once working with her, he tells her his complete plan, because they were now friends. Now Lockwood and Lucy be triumphant in taking the book, but earlier than getting out of there, a blade man attacks them, but in some way by means of hitting him and giving him a slap they be successful in walking away with the book. After which their subsequent mission was once to steal the glass from the black market. To attain here, she asks for Lockwood's help. Now they attain the region of the black market with extraordinary difficulty, where the sack used to be kept, and she was once stealing the glass from the different beasts. But as soon as again the famous agency's blade man attacks them, to retailer the glass, Lockwood offers it to his companion and tells him to take it to the inspector as soon as possible, and they both bounce into the water and shop their lives and attain home. But seeing the things of their companion, they come to know that the problem is not over yet. In fact, our associate is in the custody of that glass, which went with them to entire the mission of that black doctor. Then they right away reach the graveyard in the back of it, where the humans of the black market attacked them. Now Lockwood, along with that famous team, fights with all of them, while Lucy takes the skull and goes to save her companion. Now we see Lockwood's companion. After which it was once observed that Joplin is now not a friend. In fact, he is the largest enemy. He is a chance to us, and she used to be the use of me to entire her experiment. Now at the same time, Lucy reaches there and to save her companion's life, she herself comes in front of the glass, and the skull was also reduced in front of Joplin. Now to keep Lucy, her partner breaks the glass, from which now Joplin herself is not considered in the glass because his mission used to be failed. As quickly as she choices up the glass, the mild comes out of the glass and pulls Joplin interior her, while the souls of the humans of the medical doctor who were trapped in the glass, they turn out to be free from it and go to their destination. But there is still no danger, because the doctor's own soul comes and attacks them. But at the proper time, he comes here and stops Lockwood's soul and saves both of them. After which they take Lockwood out of there with the aid of their shoulders, because he was badly injured, and now because these three had solved some other hazardous case. So their mission used to be completed to emerge as famous. Their enterprise truly becomes London's largest corporation now, and with this, the film story ends right here.